out about the puppy walking program through an ad in the newspaper. So we called. Actually, my husband George called, and they came out and interviewed us. He arrived from the airport with Jackie, and he was really tiny, and we all went, "Ooh, look at that!" He's with me all the time. Yes.
I've been fostering puppies now for 13 years, and started off with my pup at my feet here, Echo, and my last dog, Wiley, just returned to the training center. So there's been many dogs in between, 7 puppies all told.
He goes shopping, the bank, everywhere, yes. So it's sort of like having a newborn baby where you have to, lug the baby and lug all the things too. Well, it takes a little bit longer. You just can't rush out of the car and rush into the store or whatever. He has to come out. He comes with you. He gets really excited over kids and other dogs still, but I mean, he's still only almost 8 months old. And the food he loves. He loves food. So there again, he's getting better when we're walking around, especially like the vegetable store where things fall on the ground. He loves going there.
Leave. Leave. Good boy. Leave. Leave it. Leave it, go back. Good boy.
So I imagine as he's getting a little older, he'll sort of calm down a little bit more, but he's still quite excited over them, even when he's got his jacket on. Like, he's starting to see the difference now between having the jacket on and off, but he still gets quite excited, yeah.
We conduct obedience classes here at the center in order to allow me a chance every week to assess the dog's behavior. You can do all the training that you want at home, and you can have a perfectly behaved dog at home, but when you start taking it out in a social situation, it's really important that they've had exposure to lots of other people and lots of other dogs prior to that. Puppies come into the program, they're approximately 7 or 8 weeks old. We've gone about as old as about 12, but 7 or 8. They will stay with their foster family for anywhere from 12 to 14 months. That's an average. Sometimes it's a little shorter, sometimes it's a little longer, just depending on how ready the dogs are.
If we say, and you guys aren't really doing that, but it happens a lot, if you say, Waldo, sit. Waldo, sit. Sit, Waldo. Waldo, sit. And he's still looking at you. Pretty soon he thinks the command to sit is saying Waldo, sit 6 times. And unless you say it 6 times, he's not going to do it. Waldo, sit. Good boy. And it's easier just to help them right into it. Major teeth here, real man. Big teeth. Yes.
Well, foster parents invest very little in the way of money. They may purchase like extra toys and maybe like a blanket or something for the dog to sleep on. We supply everything else. Time-wise, they put in a lot of their own time. The dog is with them probably 23 out of 24 hours a day. So it's with them when they sleep, it's with them everywhere they go, and it's very, very rarely left at home. So it's a lot of time that they put into it.
I think he's going to do an excellent job as a guide dog. My son keeps on saying, let's teach him a bad habit before he goes so he doesn't get to go. And I keep on asking other people that have had puppies, that have had puppies graduate, like where he goes to be babysat. They've been actually really helpful. I've asked them a lot of questions. I remembered at the beginning I was a little nervous, how should we sort of be normal with him or a little bit more strict or whatever, and they've been very helpful in telling us all this.
When we first start training the puppies, it is emotional because we're hoping to accomplish the project without any glitches. I think as far as the puppies are concerned, it's tough on them. They want to just be a puppy and to play and run and have fun, but now all of a sudden we have to put them into their little jackets and put a leash and collar on them, and they have to behave. But we do very short training periods for 15 minutes perhaps, and then give them a break.
For him, I don't really think that he sees it as work. I think he sees it as doing something. I think they really like to please, so he's going to be pleasing whoever. And he loves the constant company. Like, he's with someone constantly instead of being left alone at home like some dogs are. You know, during the day they're all by themselves, whereas he's the constant companion of someone. So I think he's very happy doing that. He just happens to be helping out.
Hi, Roberta. Hi, Echo. Hi, Labatt.
It was hard for her to readapt to coming home. I mean, she had been a working guide for many years, and it's a stressful job for her, perhaps, but just to come back now and relax and just be a pet dog, I guess in her mind, she wasn't quite ready for that. You know, she still wanted to go out with me and go in the car and go shopping, and it just wasn't possible because she wasn't able to wear her harness any longer. But it didn't take long before she just settled in, and she just made a wonderful pet for us, and we're just thrilled to have her.
If I tell myself that the day is going to come when we're going to have to say goodbye, and it's going to be really hard. I know it's going to be really hard because we've gotten really attached to him. But every day, you know, I say to myself, okay, you know it's for a really good cause. You know, he's going to really be helping someone.
Oh, I remember saying goodbye to Echo, yes. It's very vivid in my mind, being our first puppy that we fostered. There's deep feelings about leaving them or having them leave you. We've worked so hard with them from the time they were 7 weeks of age to the time they're 15 months. And a lot has gone into that training period, a lot of emotional ups and downs and a lot of hard work, time-consuming raising these puppies. But to let them go, I feel very proud that I've done my share of the work, and knowing that they're going to go on and become a working guide for a visually impaired person makes me very proud that I've been a part of it.
I guess some of the stories that I remember is him having fun at the beach. That's probably something that we'll always remember because we go to the beach quite often, almost every day. And he's just so funny running around in the sand, and he gets all full of sand and all dirty, and he just has a really good time. Also, he's always there. You know, he's always thinking of you, and so that's probably something that I will always remember as well. And it's not just for me too, it's for the three people in my family, my husband and my son. He's very attached to all three of us. I've enjoyed being a puppy walker very much. I've really enjoyed the experience. As far as doing it again, I just spoke to someone the other day about it, and I'm not sure, because the way I'm feeling now about saying goodbye to Labatt, it's going to be really, really hard, and I don't know if I want to have to go through it again. So that's something that we'll have to sort of think about a little later on.